I've been working a lot lately with my inner rebel. I live in the United States, so it's a time for a bit of rebellion and mischievousness and, sand in the gears kind of stuff. So I've been working a lot with my inner rebel, and I did a reading for myself the other day that I thought you might enjoy as well. The question here is, who is my inner rebel? Trying to get to know them a little bit better. And you're going to do two sets of questions. One is to ask about your inner rebel, ask about their strengths and their weaknesses, and then also ask about their light and their shadow. So I think strengths and weaknesses are probably pretty clear, pretty straightforward. But the light and the shadow, let me just explain it real quick. So the light is your inner rebel when they are healed, when they are strong, when they are feeling powerful in themselves, when they are certain of themselves, when they know themselves. So they're acting in a way that is in accordance with their values, and they are taking part in sort of conscious thinking and moving forward in a intentional way. Now the shadow, your inner rebel's shadow, would be sort of their unhealed state, maybe their fearful state, their reactive state. So who are they when they are feeling self-protective instead of empowered? And you'll do a little reading on those two things as well. I found those two questions to be very revealing and very helpful to me. All right, let me show you what I mean. Let's do a practice. All right, this reading is about your inner rebel and trying to get to know them. So the question you'll ask is, who is my inner rebel? And you're looking for strength, a weakness, who they are in light, who they are in shadow. Let's do a really quick sample reading. Okay, so who is my inner rebel? Strength, I have 8 of Wands. And weakness, I have the Hierophant. And I think I would recommend, instead of doing one card at a time, do the pairs together, because these will speak to each other. They'll influence one another. So taking these two cards, I think a strength is that I'm ready to move. I'm ready to go. I'm not, wasting time worrying about things, getting kind of anxious about whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. I'm just ready to move. I'm ready to go. I should say, not me, my inner rebel. My inner rebel is ready to move. But a weakness is that maybe my inner rebel could take a moment and learn a little something before she jumps at the opportunity to take action. Sometimes it's a real balance. We have to find a way to take action and not sit in the Hierophant, not sit in feeling like we need to learn more and more and more so that we can do the perfect thing. These are great cards together, right? Because they are a balance. We both need to learn and we need to move. Okay, and then my light is the Empress, and my inner rebel in her shadow is the High Priestess. So getting to know my inner rebel in her light, in her healed, in her consciousness. She's creative, she's loving, she is in the world. I think about the Empress as being very sensual, which doesn't just mean like romantic activities. It means like in the world, into her senses. And I think my inner rebel, that's a great fit, because an inner rebel, you want them to be connected to the world, right? You want them rebelling about the unloving things that are going on around them. The Empress is full of love, and so is my inner rebel. But the shadow side of my inner rebel is the High Priestess. I think when my inner rebel is feeling under attack or exhausted or self-protective or scared, she retreats. She retreats from the world, where in her light, she is out in the world and she is loving and she's fighting for loving things. In her shadow, she retreats. Very interesting with the Hierophant here. So now, once you have these two pairs, now you can start looking at these as pairs too. So my strength and my light, and my weakness and my shadow may go together. My strength and my shadow may go together and influence one another. You might learn about overcoming your shadow if you look at these other things, right? You may learn about how to mitigate your weakness by looking at these other cards as well. So look for pairs here, and pairs here. Please let me know if you do this reading. I hope it helps. I'd love to hear how it goes for you.